A love letter delivered to the wrong person. Have you ever wondered how a simple mistake could change someone's life forever? Sometimes love arrives exactly where it is meant to be, even when it seems to be headed in the wrong direction. Today's story is about a love letter that was never meant for its recipient, but somehow became the beginning of a beautiful love story. It all started in a small town where a young woman named Sophie worked as a librarian. Sophie was kind, intelligent, and loved books more than anything else. While many people her age spent weekends at parties, she preferred sitting by the window with a novel and a cup of coffee. Despite her warm personality, Sophie had never been lucky in love. She often watched couples walking hand in hand through the town square and wondered if she would ever find someone who truly understood her. One rainy Monday morning, she arrived at the library and found an envelope resting on her desk. It was unusual. There was no stamp, no return address, and no sender's name. Only one word was written neatly on the front: to Sophie. Curious, she opened it. Inside was a handwritten letter. The words immediately caught her attention. From the first moment I saw you, I knew there was something special about you. Your smile brightens every room, and your kindness inspires everyone around you. I think about you more often than I should, and every day I hope to find the courage to tell you how I feel. Sophie's heart raced. She read the letter again and again.
The writing was beautiful and sincere, but there was a problem. The letter wasn't signed. No name, no clue, nothing. The mystery consumed her thoughts. Who could have written it? Over the next few days, Sophie found herself observing everyone who entered the library. Was it the teacher who borrowed history books every week? The local baker who always smiled at her? Or perhaps one of the university students? She had no idea. Meanwhile, across town, a young architect named Daniel was having the worst week of his life. Daniel had spent months gathering the courage to confess his feelings to a woman named Sophia, an artist he admired deeply. After rewriting the letter dozens of times, he finally delivered it. Or at least he thought he had. Only later did he realize something terrible. He had accidentally addressed the envelope incorrectly. Instead of delivering it to Sophia Martin, the artist, he had somehow left it at the town library for Sophie Williams, a complete stranger. Daniel was horrified. He considered returning to retrieve the letter, but embarrassment stopped him. By now, the recipient had probably already read it.
All he could do was hope the misunderstanding would quietly disappear. Unfortunately for him, it didn't. A week later, Sophie noticed a man visiting the library several times. He wasn't checking out books. He simply wandered through the aisles and looked nervous. That man was Daniel. Eventually, Sophie approached him. "Can I help you find something?" she asked. Daniel hesitated. Then he sighed. "Actually, I think I'm looking for a letter." Sophie's eyes widened. "A letter?" Daniel nodded. "A letter that wasn't supposed to end up here." For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then Sophie smiled. "The mystery writer." Daniel laughed awkwardly. "I guess that's me." Embarrassed, he explained everything. The letter had been intended for someone else. It was all a mistake. Sophie's excitement faded slightly, but surprisingly, she wasn't angry. Instead, she found the situation amusing. "So, all those beautiful words weren't meant for me?" she teased. Daniel rubbed the back of his neck. "Technically, no." They both laughed.
Before leaving, Daniel apologized once more. But as he walked away, Sophie found herself hoping he would return. And he did. A few days later, he visited again. This time, they talked about books. The next visit, they discussed movies. Soon, their conversations became the highlight of each other's week. What started as an awkward misunderstanding slowly turned into a genuine friendship. Months passed. Daniel discovered that Sophie was thoughtful, funny, and incredibly caring. Sophie learned that Daniel was honest, hardworking, and surprisingly romantic. The more time they spent together, the closer they became. One evening, they met at a cafe after work. Rain tapped softly against the windows. As they talked, Sophie suddenly asked a question. "Do you still have feelings for the woman the letter was meant for?" Daniel was silent for a moment. Then he smiled. "No." Sophie looked down at her coffee. "Why not?" Daniel leaned forward. "Because somewhere along the way, I realized I was writing about the wrong person."
Sophie's heart skipped a beat. Daniel continued. "The funny thing is, the words in that letter describe you far better than they ever described her." Tears filled Sophie's eyes. For months, she had secretly hoped to hear those words. Now, they were finally real. This time, they were meant for her. Daniel reached into his jacket pocket. He pulled out another envelope. Unlike the first one, this letter had a name clearly written on the front. To Sophie. She laughed through her tears. "You checked the name this time?" "Several times," Daniel replied. With trembling hands, she opened the letter. Inside, he had written, "Sometimes life makes mistakes that become miracles. A lost letter brought me to the person I was always meant to find. Thank you for turning an accident into the greatest chapter of my life." Sophie's eyes met his. Neither needed to say anything else. The answer was already there. A year later, they were engaged. Their friends loved hearing the story of how they met. Everyone agreed it sounded like something from a romantic movie. But Daniel always said the same thing. It wasn't fate that delivered the letter to the wrong person. He would smile at Sophie before adding, "It delivered it to the right person." And so, what began as a simple mistake became the greatest love story either of them could have imagined. Sometimes, the best things in life arrive unexpectedly. Sometimes, love takes the wrong path to reach the right destination. And sometimes, a letter meant for someone else ends up changing two lives forever. The end.